ShineGreymon is one of the most anticipated decks to play in the new BT13 format. It is so broken that it will cause a new banlist. It is only a matter of when it will come out. Today I will be breaking down my ShineGreymon BT13 deck profile. I have started streaming Mondays around 5 PM Central Time, so if you want to see me use this deck, make sure you are subbed. ShineGreymon focuses on DP reduction, digivolving for free, and of course the famous Marcus punching you in the face per game. Starting off, we have the Koromon from BT12 that allows you to decrease your opponent's Digimon DP by 1000 whenever a tamer suspends. All the tamers are Marcus, so they will suspend. When I first made this deck, I was using the red Koromon that allows you to draw when you attack. I found myself in situations in which I needed 1000 more DP to delete a Digimon. The drop power for this deck is fairly good without the Koromon, so I chose the BT12 Koromon. For the rookies, we have the new BT13 Agumon, allowing you once per turn to bring out Marcus as a Digimon for 3000 DP. That's nuts. This is perfect because with the new Marcus, it does not have an ability to make itself a Digimon. This also works great for the BT12 Marcus because if you are only at 1 memory, you can opt to use Agumon's ability instead of paying for the 1 memory. This Agumon won me a match in the pre-release by allowing me to bring Marcus and punch my opponent in the face. Next up, we have the EX4 Agumon. I am choosing to run 2 because I made space for Kudamon, which we will discuss shortly. Running 8 tamers and having this Agumon to give you an extra memory can be game changing, allowing you to pay the memory with the BT12 Marcus and then gaining a memory from Agumon, basically a free play. I love it for when you do not have the memory set Marcus, Agu can help you with the additional memory. I am also running it for its inherit of drawing a card when a tamer suspends, and well, that is what this deck is about. Onto the Kudamon. This card is so good with this deck. The reason being is it's on play, allowing you to reveal 3 cards to get a Digimon with vaccine in its trait and a yellow tamer. In other words, every time you play this card, you will get 2 hits. I love this because it allows you to pick up Agumons as well, since they are vaccine. BT12 Agumon does not let you pick up Agumons, unfortunately. The inherit can be beneficial since it is also helping you with DP reduction, so long as there are 6 or fewer security cards in play. I run it at 2 only because when you digivolve into ShineGreymons, it will unfortunately cost 3 and not the 2. Which can be good depending on situations by choking your opponent and potentially leaving them at 1. BT12 Agumon of course needs no introduction, fantastic searcher for this deck and DP reduction as its inherit we are running 4 of. I do see people still running the Agumon X antibody. It's a good option. Personally, being able to search and not being able to pick up Marcus forced me to drop this Agumon. Onto the champions. First up, we have 1 copy of a Gunimon. I may bump it up to 2, but for now I am leaving it at 1. I know all tamers suspend and it will be difficult to close out with hybrid for game. Since we discussed earlier, the new Marcus does not make himself a Digimon. There will be a situation in which you cannot make him a Digimon and you need that extra swing to win. That is where a Guni comes in. If I were to put in another one, I would more than likely take out Ruin mode, but more on that later. The new ShineGreymon in BT13, I could see them potentially limiting this card to 1. Searching your security stack and playing a red or yellow tamer for free is so busted. I mean, people are even using him in Mastemon decks. Although I could also see this card not being hit as the percentage of tamers being in security is about 8 out of 50 cards. ShineGreym's inherit comes in handy with deleting floodgate cards. Further reducing a Digimon's DP by 1000 with that Koromon, now you can pop Digimon with 4000 DP or less. 2 of the EX4 ShineGreymon has the same ability as the Agumon from EX4. Since I am not playing the red Koromon, I want to increase my chances in drawing, and let's be honest, more tamers will be attacking than Digimon. So that inherit will pop, potentially drawing 2 if I do have the EX4 Agumon. 3 of the BT12 ShineGreymons, being able to digivolve and play a Marcus for free just helps you set up much more quickly. You are digivolving for 2 or 3 from Kudamon and playing a 4 or 5 cost tamer for free. What's not to love? This ShineGreymon helps. If you attack with Marcus and it gets deleted, now you can digivolve into a ShineGrey and play another one from your hand. The inherit is just additional DP reduction. Onto the level 5s, the new Rise Greymon is the best level 5 to run hands down. Digivolving and playing a Marcus for free is so good. It does not matter if you already have one in play, it simply just lets you play one. Its all turns ability is what removes the fear of you swinging with Marcus, allowing you to place a Marcus from trash back to security when a Marcus gets deleted. When you digivolve, you will of course keep that ability since he has it as an inherit. When you digivolve, you play the new Marcus for free. Marcus on play lets you suspend it, giving a Digimon minus 3000 DP. with the additional 1000 from Koromon, can allow you to swing over bodies with your Rise so long as it's still your turn. Oh, and of course, now you have a memory set tamer. Two of the BT12 Rise Greymons does the same thing as the new one, except you gain a memory when you Digivolve if you have a tamer. It can be great when you Digivolve for free using Marcus's effect and gaining one memory just for Digivolving, extending your plays. Up next, we got two of the Rise Greymon X antibodies. This card is so good on here because if you Digivolve on top of the new Rise Greymon, now you play two tamers for just Digivolving. Giving DP reduction and gaining DP on your turn based on your tamers can be a game changer, allowing you to swing over megas. If you use Marcus to Digivolve into Rise Greymon from BT12, gaining the memory, you essentially Digivolve into X Annie for free. I do want to talk about Rise Grey from EX4 for a second. Giving DP reduction to Digimon and your opponent's security, keeping your Marcus alive longer is amazing. However, it does not give you the ability to recover your security if the Marcus pops. I was running two of these over X Antibody, and well, X Antibody just does more. Play a tamer, reduce DP, and gain DP. Moving on to the level 6s, of course, BT13 ShineGreymon allows you to make a Marcus a blocker when Digivolving once per turn, every turn. He sets himself up with his all turns effect when a tamer suspends, which he will since he is a blocker now, giving a Digimon minus 6000 DP. Oh, and of course, if the new Marcus suspends, that is an additional 3000 DP. So now just for blocking, your opponent is getting minus 9000 DP. Nuts. I am doing a 3-3 split with the old BT12 ShineGreymon because the BT12 is still so good, giving all of your Marcus security attack +1 and turning them into 6000 DP hitters during your turn is what makes this deck so aggressive. Remember when I brought up the EX4 Rise Greymon? Well, ShineGreymon does it better, giving minus DP to Digimon and security for every tamer you have when Digivolving, makes your Marcus able to swing over bodies and survive when swinging at security. One copy of the Ruin mode. I'm gonna be honest, I'm thinking of cutting it completely and adding another Aguni or a different card altogether. Ruin mode is very good against mirror matches since it gives a blanket minus 5000 DP, therefore popping any Digimon that comes into the field basically. So if your opponent plays out a Marcus and then makes it a Digimon, it will get popped since it gets that minus DP. Ruin mode can be beneficial late game and of course allowing you to pop a body and recover security. Maybe I will keep it at 1. And now for the main boss of this deck. Everyone has been patiently waiting for ShineGreymon Burst mode. What can I say? This card is just dumb. With the new Burst Evo mechanic, it allows you to return a Marcus to your hand and Digivolve for free into Burst. The drawback here is that the card gets trashed at the end of the turn, which takes you back to a Shine, which can be beneficial. Quick disclaimer here, if you get the Digivolved, you still have to trash even if Burst left the field. Just an FYI. With this burst mode, you get to play a Marcus for free when you Digivolve. Basically, just play back the one you just put in your hand. It gains 12,000 DP and it gets Rush. Using the new Marcus, when you swing, you will still give that minus 3,000 DP when you attack. And here is where the Marcus for game comes in. Shine burst mode effect during your turn. When the tamer suspends, you trash one of your opponent's security cards. If you clear all the security and you need one more hit, well, you have Shine to finish it off just in case. The way you want to do this is to attack with the Marcus first and Shine last. If you attack with Shine first instead, you run the chance in it getting popped, and now you will not be able to trash when you swing with Marcus. I won't spend too much time on the tamers. You already know we are running 4 of the new Marcus, which I've explained how he works already. I did just forget to mention, you also gain 1 memory all turns when he suspends, and you have an Agumon or Greymon in play. So going back to when the Shine makes him a blocker, you also get 1 memory since it's all turns. And not too much to say about the BT12 Marcus aside from being able to make himself a Digimon when you have an Agumon or Greymon on the field. When he suspends, you are able to Digivolve into a yellow card with Greymon in its name. I truly do not know which Marcus they will hit on the ban list. Both are broken in my opinion. Although the new Marcus is being used outside of its own deck, Royal Knights, hint hint. Onto the option cards here, Odin's Breath. Oh my god. This is an upgraded version of Holy Flame if you want me to be honest. I love that even if this card gets trashed, it will trigger. So perfect for, going against Beelza, anything that trashes security. When this card triggers, it gives one of your opponent's Digimon minus 3000 DP, which can be good to remove Floodgate cards. But what makes this card so good is the effect following. If there are 6 or fewer security in total, meaning you and your opponent, then all of your opponent's Digimon get minus 1 security attack until the end of their turn. So now, if they were about to win, well, they ain't winning anymore. I would really love to run 1 more, so if I do remove a Ruin, perhaps 3rd one of Odin's Breath. Now, the options on screen here are other ones that you could use since they give DP reduction and allow you to play a tamer from your hand. Personally, I never really activated these when they were in my hand. You have so many ways of playing Marcus for free that I just did not bother. Final ShineGreymon Burst at best would be one of, because again, you really have so many effects that reduce DP that for the most part you can swing over big bodies. There are times in which I wish I did have one, because if my opponent clears my board, well, I have to start from scratch and I have no quick way to remove a Mega. Personally, I am most excited to play Mirage Galgamon, and that is coming up next. So if you're not subbed, make sure you're subbed. You do not want to miss that beast of a deck.